Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I cut and maintain my bangs. I've gotten this question a bunch lately, just asking if I cut them myself or if I go get them done. And I have been cutting my bangs for over a year now. I actually got my bangs cut first by my girl Sarah Eisner in Nashville, and she does the rest of my hair. She does all the coloring, and I got my bangs cut November of 2018. So I've had them a little bit over a year and I still love them. Honestly, when I got them cut in the beginning, I was like, I'm just gonna do it, and if it looks bad, I'll just grow them out. So I really only thought I was gonna keep my bangs for a couple of months. Like, I just thought I was gonna cut them and then just start growing them out again because I was going through a crisis, I think, and I needed some change in my life, but that's why we all get haircuts. But I have fallen in love with bangs and that hairstyle, and I honestly can't see myself really going back to not having them. I've had them for over a year now and I still love them, but one of the things that comes with having bangs is that you have to keep them cut, because at least my hair grows super fast, so I have to cut them probably every 2.5 to 3 weeks, and that was just a lot to go to my hair girl for. It would be kind of annoying to have to drive like 20 minutes into town to get them cut for literally 30 seconds and then like drive back home. So I've started cutting my own, and I actually like the way that I cut them. When I first got them cut, I had them go straight across because I thought I wanted like kind of a blunt cut for bangs, and looking back, it's my own fault that my bangs look like that. It's not even my girl Sarah, because she's like amazing, and like she asked me if I wanted the kind of like side sweep bangs or if I wanted like the blunt straight across bangs, and when I first got them I was like, just cut them straight across. I want them to be like blunt cut, and I regret that. You know, sometimes you just have hairstyles that you look back on and you're like, why did I do that? So now I feel like my bangs are in a pretty good place to where they're a little bit more messy, they're a little bit more like chill, and they blend a lot better into my hair. And so I thought I would show you guys how I cut them. Right now they're definitely starting to get to that place where they get in my eyes, and so I like to keep them right above my eyes. So I kind of just grew them out so that I could do this video, but I honestly probably would have cut these like a week ago, but I wanted to film this, so I let them grow a little bit longer. But if you are looking to get bangs and you don't have bangs, I would highly suggest just paying a professional to cut them the first time, because then like maintaining is so much easier. But I don't think I would ever cut my bangs from scratch. Like, that sounds like a horrible idea, and those who have done it and have succeeded and it looks good, like, you're so fortunate, because I just feel like if I had tried to cut my own bangs, I would just hide for months until they grew out. If you don't have bangs, you're looking to get bangs, just go see someone for the first time. And honestly, what I would do is I would go back to your hair girl or whoever you go to and have them trim them maybe like twice, so that you can watch what they're doing and then you can feel comfortable cutting them. Because if you're literally just like, I don't know, I just like, it can get not good. Basically, I am right up against a mirror. When I cut my bangs, I cut them in the bathroom and I'm like face to mirror as close as I can get. This is definitely very different for me to like be kind of far from a mirror and also filming this. So I really hope this turns out well, because you can't undo a haircut. So all you need is a hair tie. You're gonna want a little comb and some scissors. I highly suggest getting actual like hair cutting scissors, not just like a pair of kitchen scissors, because you can get more like precise with these. They're also super sharp, so you're not dealing with like dull scissors. Okay. Anyway, when I cut my bangs, I like to pull literally all of my hair back, because you just want your bangs kind of sticking out. And this is why I suggest getting your bangs cut professionally the first time, because they are gonna do this part where they decide where your bangs start and where like the rest of your hair blends. They will take care of that. This part will be like very defined if you have your bangs cut already, but if you don't, then basically you just want to make kind of like a little V, I guess. See how it like starts higher up here and then kind of V's down? I mean, sure, kind of. So it's kind of a V like this, and you can take your comb too and make sure that it's like a pretty like straight V like that. We're gonna just tie this back. Okay, so now we're just dealing with the bangs. And like I said, I like mine to be kind of side swept, a little bit more like wispy feeling versus just straight across. So what I like to do though is kind of get the hair where you want it. So this is kind of gonna be where it's gonna fall. And two, if you need bobby pins, you can always pin this stuff back and like narrow in on this section, but I don't have bobby pins. So this is what's happening right now. I like to take my little comb and get everything laying where you want it to lay once it's done. I also highly suggest cutting these dry. I have cut them wet before. It just doesn't go well because your hair, when it dries, will naturally like shorten a little bit. And I've done that. And then I realized that my bangs were like above my eyebrows and it was not good. So I highly suggest just have them placed exactly how you want them to be. I always start in the middle because that's what we're going off of. So this little part right here, I'm so nervous to do this on camera. Okay, so this little part right here, I like to just take this and I actually start cutting it straight across. So we're just gonna straight across. Okay, now see how that's really straight and I have hair all over my face? One second. See how what I cut is like straight across? What we want to do is after you cut it straight, because you want to make sure that like what you're cutting is even, but after you cut it straight, you're gonna take your scissors this way and you're just gonna start cutting in different parts to make it a little bit like uneven. So see how I'm just going vertical with the scissors now? That way your cuts literally aren't just like straight across. You have some different length pieces and it looks a little bit more like wispy. So now the middle part is cut. This feels good. I like this length. Okay, so now we're gonna do these side parts because we want these to blend into what we just cut and we want it to look very natural, not natural, we want it to look very like not cut at home. I don't know, I'm not a hair cutter. This is just what I do and I don't have to usually explain it. Okay, this is hilarious. So then I like to go on each side. So our middle part is done and now see how this part's like super long compared to that? I'm gonna comb it out like this and I'm gonna cut it following the hair, like following that line. This is why I say get your hair cut by a professional in the beginning, because if you don't, you won't have that line and it will be extremely difficult to know how to make that naturally do that. You can't tell, but I've cut off a lot of hair actually. And we're just gonna, again, place it where you want it to lay and just follow the line up in this part, like that. Then we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go in vertical and we're gonna just kind of go in and make it a little bit less polished. Because the thing I like about these like window curtain bangs is that they are a little bit more messy and free flowing than the straight across. It looks about right. You can definitely just eye kind of how you want it to go. Also, don't be hard on yourself the very first day that you cut it. Like, give it a week because honestly, the first day you get something cut, it feels so weird because you're used to like split ends and stuff and it's gonna feel really weird that it's freshly cut. So I just like to follow this line up, if that makes sense. And I just use my comb to pull it out and I just follow the natural line. Okay, so then when it goes to the side, it's like that. My explanation is so bad, I'm so sorry. But hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Now we're gonna do this side to even it out. And this hair right here, go back a little bit. So my hair is actually thicker on my right side than it is on my left. And so that makes cutting bangs sometimes kind of tricky. And again, that's why I say go get someone to cut them the first time because they're gonna know if you have like a cowlick or like how to cut your bangs with that, or if your hair's thicker on one side than the other, they'll just know how to do that. So this part, again, I'm just gonna pull it out with the comb like this. And we're gonna just cut along this line. Basically just tilt my head to the side and just free-formingly cut like this. And go slow because you can always cut off more, but if you cut off too much, it's game over. So, trim that up. I also typically do this at night before I go to bed and not like before I put makeup on or when I have makeup on, because you just have little hair stuck to you. Okay, so this side I'm gonna go in and kind of thin it out with that vertical scissor trick that I showed y'all. Just try to make it look a little bit less polished. It already feels a lot thinner actually. I took out a lot of hair. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. And as you can see, I shortened it in the front. I like it shorter because if it gets long or too long, it starts to get caught on my eyebrow and then I have like gaping holes in my bangs. And I would just say the more often you cut them, the better, because then you're not doing as much cutting necessarily for length. You're literally just maintaining tiny, tiny amounts. So honestly, I cut mine like every 2 weeks, just trimming them up. Doing the vertical thing. I would definitely say cutting vertical though is my biggest tip to making them look like you didn't just cut your bangs. Like, it makes it look blended and just looks better. I'm sure people are gonna comment and be like, you're doing that wrong. But this is how I do it. And everyone's always like, I love your bangs, so I'm doing something right. So these are my bangs cut, and I took a lot of hair out actually. I wish you guys could see how much hair is on the floor because I really thinned out this front part and I did take a good amount of length off of the front. So that's pretty much how I cut them, and I know that's not like a super technical tutorial, but if you just follow the bangs that you already have and just do small cuts, you will be just fine, I promise. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that kind of cleared up how I trim and maintain my bangs. It saves me a lot of money and time from having to go to my hair girl and have her do them. So that's how I cut them and maintain them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below letting me know if you found this helpful or if it makes you want to get bangs. If you are new to my channel and you would like to subscribe, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!